Hello everyone. I'm out again. You probably recognise it actually. Just above Padley Gorge. And I've come out because it's New Year's Eve. And I haven't got much else planned. That's the thing when you're single, as you get older. You don't really get invited to parties and that. So I didn't want to just stay in the house on my own. So I thought I'd just come out on a little walk and a wild camp. The last one of 2025 and the first one of 2026. I'm heading for a spot I've been to before with Rachel. We camped there, I think it was April or May. And if I can find it again, if I can remember where it is, hopefully nobody else has beaten me to it. I'm heading up past Owlator on my way up to the Surprise View car park. It's very cold. I can see quite a lot of frost on the ground. I think it's going to be quite a cold night tonight. So I've got plenty of layers and my 4-season sleeping bag. So I just hope that's going to be enough. This will be the first solo winter wild camp I've done. I've done a few with Rachel, but this will be the first one I'm on my own for. That's where I'm heading. Up there, over Owlator. Starting to lose the light, so I haven't got all that much time to find the spot. So I really hope nobody else is there, because if they are, I haven't got much time to find an alternative. This is it. Found it. Hopefully it should be quite sheltered as well. And nobody else is here, which is a bonus. So, home for the night. Yeah, all pitched up. It's a little bit breezy, so I'm just hoping it will be okay. And the rocks will just take the brunt of the wind. All pitched up and all inside. Just dropping dark now. It is a bit breezy here, but nothing like at the top. I've literally just gone round the corner there and it's blown a hoolie. So I was right, this is quite sheltered. Lovely moon up there for the last night of 2025. So just getting sorted in the tent. It's a tad dark, but got my beast of a 4-season sleeping bag here. It's like a quilt. Let's hope I don't set fire to this one, hey? And the usual just accoutrements. Hopefully the tent will stay up overnight and all will be good. This is a very nerve-wracking moment for me. So far so good. But I do want a cuppa. Managed not to set fire to anything this time. Getting dark now. Just looking over towards Higgator and Cole Walk. I see some cars on the road. People going home, I suppose. But it's quite quiet and still here. I just thought it'd be a good opportunity just to catch up with what's been going on and what 2025 was like. And what better way to do that than on a hill on New Year's Eve in my tent. So, Christmas 2025 wasn't like I expected it was going to be. I don't know if you saw the post I put on YouTube that I had to disappear for a family emergency. What happened was my dad and stepmom live in Spain. They've lived there for the past 20 years. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a phone call from my sister to say my dad had been involved in an accident. He was crossing the road when a motorcycle hit him, and he'd sustained several fractures, so he'd been placed into an induced coma because of the pain. So my sister and I managed to get a flight out to Spain the next day, but unfortunately his injuries were too severe and his organs were failing, and sadly he passed away while we were with him in the hospital. And we stayed about a week afterwards to help my stepmom deal with all the paperwork because it's all in Spanish, and so we had to see solicitors, arrange a cremation. So it's been quite a trying time, and it still doesn't seem real now. So that's where I've been, and not a great end to 2025, unfortunately. Great shock to us all, and still coming to terms with it now. My dad was always a big supporter of my adventures. He used to love to hear what I've been up to, and used to say how mad I was for doing them. So I'd like to dedicate this wild camp to my dad. He'll never be forgotten. Gonna get dinner on the go. Yep, it's a pot noodle and a packet of salt and vinegar crisps. Don't judge me. I'll eat healthily in the new year. This is my last unhealthy meal of 2025. So, 2025 then, how was it for you? Did you achieve all you set out to do? Did you achieve any goals that you set? Did you achieve any goals that you didn't actually set? Did you have any surprises? Was there anything that you wanted to do that you didn't get to do for some reason or other? It's good to have a reflection on the year like this. Just think about what went right, what went wrong, what you do differently next year, and what you want to achieve in 2026. Well, my biggest win of 2025 has got to be finishing the side to side, going back down to Shepton Mallet and walking for 20 days to reach Nest Point in Lowestoft, and wild camping along the way. I think it was helped by the fact I didn't really have any rain, so it did make it a lot more pleasurable and easy. But I'll take it as a win because I'm proud of myself for doing that. So yeah, I achieved what I set out to do. I also completed the Like Wake walk over 2 days in April with Kerry and her Officially Smashed It hiking club. I'll put a link below, so check it out because it's brilliant. I'm sure Kerry will be planning loads of hikes and camps in the coming year, so get involved. It's supposed to be done over 24 hours, but we took a more leisurely 2 days over it, staying at the Lion Inn on Blakey Ridge overnight. And we had good weather actually, it was pretty good. Tough walk though, really tough, but an achievement. I also did lots of walking for the guidebooks I've been writing. Lots of walks in Derbyshire and also in Shropshire. And Shropshire's a lovely county. I really enjoyed exploring it more and doing some lovely walks. I'd highly recommend walking in Shropshire. It's very underrated and not that known yet. It's not quite like the Peak District in that it doesn't have the same infrastructure. The Peak District has got lots of, it's all good. It's all good for walking, whereas Shropshire, it's got your good bits and then the bits in between. But the good bits are lovely. I'd highly recommend giving them a go. Places like the Longmynd, Caer Caradoc, Stiper Stones, the Clee Hills, it's just gorgeous. So I really would recommend a walking trip down there, and I'm hoping to do more there in the future. I was lucky enough to go to Wales twice, Snowdonia in May, where I climbed Snowdon, with Lou and Lol of Lou and Lol's Travels, and Tina of Tina's Outdoor Adventures. Sadly, we didn't get a view. I never get a view when I go up Snowdon. What's that about? I just love to actually get that lovely view from the summit, but it just eludes me every time. Instead, we had rain and strong winds, but it was still fun, and we did get to go on the train the next day. And then in October, I went to the Brecon Beacons National Park with Rachel. We stayed in the youth hostel and we walked the Brecon Beacons horseshoe, which was a great walk. Again, we didn't have a brilliant view, although we did experience an epic cloud inversion on Penny Fan and Corndoo. And I also saw my very first Brock Inspector. In fact, we got two, not just one, but two. This has also been quite a good year for wild camping. I mean, I didn't start till quite late. I think the first one wasn't until the side to side in May, which is quite shocking. But I did 6 wild camps on the side to side. Just trying to think. One was particularly epic. It was on top of Coombe Hill, where there's a monument, and one of the highest points of the Chilterns. Another one was opposite Deacon Hill in the Pegston Hills, and that was a really glorious viewpoint. It was a lovely evening. I just sat on this bench for ages waiting for people to leave, and there are Highland cattle there as well. It was nice. And then I had a woodland wild camp, which was good. Listened to the muntjac. I camped on Nettishall Heath, also listened to the muntjac and the hares, and making sure I didn't disturb any of the nesting birds. And also I've had a wild camp in the Peak District on Birchen Edge behind the Nelson's Three Ships rocks. Also a couple of wild camps on Bleaklow, actually, one with Tina, and a rather epic one in Shropshire on top of Caer Caradoc, the hill fort. Had a really stunning sunset and sunrise. That was epic, that was. One of my favourite camps so far. And I did my own little 3-day adventure on the first 3 days of the Pennine Way in October. It was quite mild, which was lucky, and I wild camped a couple of nights. One night on top of Bleaklow and the other next to a stream, and I won't forget that wild camp in a hurry because my jet ball caught fire. I'll put the link here so you can see what that was all about. But yeah, I really enjoyed those 3 days, and I just feel it took my camping to another level, really. Nearly ended it for good, but there you go. I live. And then tonight, just finishing off the new year with a bang, really. So I guess you could say this is my final wild camp of 2025, and also, hopefully, my first wild camp of 2026. Hoping that 2026 brings a lot more adventures, a lot more wild camping, a lot more trails. I just can't wait for the lighter nights and the warmer weather to just get out there on some longer days. Now, I have got all the layers with me tonight because I'm well aware I'm winter camping in a 3-season tent, so it could be very, very cold tonight. I've got a hat to put on, I've got gloves, I've got extra layers if I need them, plus this quilt light sleeping bag, so I'm just hoping I'll be okay. I'd like, if I'm not too cold, I'd like to get out and just sort of see the new year in properly at midnight, but still a few hours to go, so I'll see. The moon's still out, which means it's going to be cold. There's some lights down there. I think it may be the Longshore estate. There's one brilliant white light on the horizon, which I don't know what that is. I know there's a pub up that way. Still a few cars on the road, but then it's not even really late, is it really? It's only fairly early evening. It just feels like it because obviously it's dark. I wasn't sure where to go tonight. Part of me wanted to go up onto Kinder, but the trouble is I didn't really have a lot of time to play with, and it's quite a long walk in. Plus, I'm not entirely sure where to camp on Kinder, having not been up there before. Oh look, it's in my breath. You know how cold it is in here. But yeah, so then I was sort of toying with the idea of parking on the old broken road beyond Castleton and walking on to Rushup Edge and Lord's Seat. But again, I'm not really sure what's up there, and I thought it might be a bit exposed because it gave it a bit windy tonight. And I just thought of this pitch because I've been here before. I know where it is. I know how to find it. It's I knew it would be pretty sheltered, and I thought I'd have it all to myself. And plus it's easy parking, not a lot of walk into it, so it just seemed a bit of a no-brainer really. It's the only thing about wild camping in the winter, you're a long time in your tent, aren't you? And I haven't got much signal here, so it's not like I can watch anything on Netflix or YouTube, but it is what it is. I've got a Kindle app on my phone, so I'm just reading books, just chilling. Oh, I might actually have a beer in a minute. Just chilling and enjoying my own company. I'm not going to do another big long walk next year like the side to side because I just don't have the money for it, frankly, and it did take a lot of annual leave. I'm going to do some shorter walks. I am currently looking at the Dales Highway. It's a 90-mile route and it goes from Saltaire to Appleby in Westmoreland, and it sort of parallels the Dales Way, I think, but it goes up a bit higher, a bit over the top, so I'd like to walk that in a week and wild camp it. I've also been looking at the Shropshire Way. It's like a big figure of 8. There's a north section and a south section. I must admit the north section doesn't look that interesting because it seems to go around canals, but the south section goes around all the lovely parts of Shropshire, all the hills, and I'm sort of thinking about doing that and wild camping. Whether it gets done or not, I don't know. Watch this space, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of other stuff going on as well. So what about you? What adventures have you all got planned? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Time to crack open a cold one, a very cold one, because it's been outside. Better than any fridge out there tonight. Cheers. Wind's got up a bit. You can hear it flapping the tent. I'm sure it's not as windy as it would be on the top, thanks to this rock. Sheltering us a bit, but it's just blowing the tent a bit. So I'm hoping it doesn't get any stronger. Happy New Year! It's 12 o'clock, midnight. It's now the 1st of January, 2026. Oh yes. Hear those bells. Just about seeing the lights of Haversige. I can hear fireworks. There's some over there. Don't know if you can see them. Oh, I couldn't stay out there for long. Stayed out for about 5 minutes, that was enough. It was freezing out there and my hands were just getting so cold. But yeah, it's just quite a nice atmosphere. Heard all the fireworks, could see them in the distance. You see the snow that I thought was rain, but I think was actually snow, so quite festive. So it's about 12:15 now, so I'm going to get my head down. I did have a little doze before midnight, so I'm just hoping I managed to get some more sleep. So I shall see you all in the morning, or to be more accurate, later on in the morning, because it is actually morning. Morning all. Not a lot to see out there, I'm afraid. And it's raining. Yay. I mean, the forecast did give rain, to be fair, so I did expect this. But exactly what happened last time we pitched here as well. We got the rain. Oh well, I'm gonna put the kettle on. For much needed cuppa. It's 6 o'clock, so it's time to be waking up really. I did get a new cooker ring for the jet boil after the last incident I had, but I don't know if it's the ring, or I don't know if it's because that's not actually a jet boil canister. It's burning really, really slowly. I'm not getting a lot of flame, which means it's taken an incredibly long time to boil, which is not great. Obviously much better than a fire. So I did just buy the ring on its own, because the kettle bit, the pot, that's fine. I mean, it was a lot cheaper than buying a new jet boil. I suppose I could buy another pot if I needed to, but then that's a bit like Trigger's broom, isn't it? Because basically that's a new jet boil. I believe the new ones self-ignite. Which might be good, because I had a bit of a problem just there because I couldn't get my lighter to light. So at some point I probably will invest in a new one, but the funds just won't allow that just yet. So I'm just hoping that ring will allow me to breathe a bit more life into it yet. To my mind, if it's raining, and that definitely is rain, not snow, then it must be warmer. It feels a bit warmer actually. Hands weren't totally freezing when I made the drink. I had both flaps open because I still got trust issues with the jet boil. But at least I've got a nice warm cuppa. Just going to sit and have this and think about making a move. But I don't think there's any rush, because it's not going to be light for ages, and I don't see a load of people coming. There might be one or two for a sunrise, but they'd have to be pretty die-hard sunrise fanatics, because there won't really be a sunrise. But yeah, I didn't sleep too bad. I did wake up a few times, but I reckon I must have got a good 5 hours, which isn't bad when you are camping, especially not when the tent's flapping quite a bit in the wind. So, and I've been quite toasty warm actually, not been too cold at all. Thanks to the sleeping bag and about 4 layers. So yeah, so that was a success. It was actually my dad who first got me interested in the outdoors. We used to have family walks at Bradgate Park most Sundays, and sometimes we'd go to the Outwoods just outside of Loughborough, and he'd always make a game of it. He'd always pretend we were lost, we couldn't find the way back to the car. So me and my sister Nikki, we would embrace this game with gusto and do our best to try to find a way back, feeling like intrepid explorers. I remember one time the game went on a lot longer than normal, and when we finally made it back to the car, I confessed that we really were lost that time. But of course it's all part of the adventure to us kids. It's a second cup of coffee type of morning. Still not light. Starting to pack up slowly. Yes, so my dad moved to Spain 20 years ago. Thought that's quite a big, bold, brave move for him really, because a lot of people, they talk about doing it, but they never actually do it, do they? But he actually did what he wanted to do, and he had 20 happy years out there. They're in a community, but in the village, which is what they wanted, a traditional Spanish village, and everybody knew him. We'd walk down the street, and although he didn't actually learn Spanish, everyone would say hola, hola when we passed, and they're always pleased to see him. He had a lot of friends, even if they couldn't communicate all that well because of the language barrier. But yeah, it was just a really pleasant, popular chap. Cheers, Dad. Hope you've got a glass of red wine in your hand wherever you are. Ah, look at that. It's getting nicely light. In fact, a bit of a sunrise there because it stopped raining, which I didn't expect. There are a few people walking around. I've just seen someone, so time I wasn't here. Time to back up and head off out. Once again, leave no trace. Leave it exactly how you find it, or better. Right, one last look at that view and back to the car. There's Mother Cap. I suppose you could, at a pinch, pitch up on the grass at the base of that, but it's right on the path and people would have certainly come past there this morning. Still, where I was good enough. I was just thinking if somebody beat me to it. Don't know how well known it is. Old millstone there. Don't know how old these rocks are. Eons old, I should think. Yeah, 2026. I think more than anything, 2025 has just given me the lesson that you should never take anything for granted. You just never know what's around the corner. So if you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. Don't wait, because you might never get the chance. If you've got a goal or anything you want to achieve, just get it done. Nearly back at the car park now. It's just through those trees and then it's only a short walk back to the road where I've parked. Hopefully the car's okay, nothing's hit it. Just taking it nice and steady actually, because with the rain we've had, it is a bit slippery in places. I did nearly go over once, so I'm just mindful of that. Also, having this big heavy pack does pull me off balance. Definitely makes it more difficult. There's the sun. Didn't really get a sunrise, it's just risen above the clouds, that's all. Quite a few people in the car park. I suppose there's a few people up on over our tour. I suppose people have got here really early to get up because it's not raining. I don't blame them. There's a whole family on the rocks back there. Kids didn't seem too keen, but it's good to see them getting out and about from an early age. Quite a bit of traffic on the roads as well, which I didn't expect. Oh. Ooh. Ah, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Oh. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Ah. Ooh. It's a narrow one. Yay. Made it. Wouldn't be far now. I'm walking back towards the road and the lay-by. It's quite handy lay-by, that is. It's allows you to park for free, and of course you can just leave your car overnight because there's no checks, no notice say you can't park overnight. So just going to have a slow plod back to the car now because it's quite slippery actually, so I really don't want to take a tumble. And I shall check in when I'm there. back in the car now. Excuse the hat hair. So yeah, I'd say that was a pretty successful winter wild camp. Like I say, first one I've done on my own. So I'm quite happy with that. I managed to survive the night without getting too cold. Managed not to set fire to anything, which is always a bonus. And it just gave me a bit of quiet time for some contemplation and reflection. So happy new year everybody. I hope 2026 is going to be a fantastic one for you all, with many adventures had. And just make sure you spend time with your loved ones, have those adventures, take those trips, make those memories, because it's all very important. So right, I'm off home now. There might be a cheeky coffee on the way back, there might not, depends what's open. So have a good one everybody, and I'll see you all on another adventure very soon.